Louis's mayor giving us the cold shoulder today over questions about how your tax dollars are being spent.
First Alert 4 Investigates continues monitoring your money, pushing for answers on city employees' credit card purchases.
But while there have been unauthorized purchases on taxpayer-funded cards, none of the top 3 office holders in charge of those cards really want to talk about it.
Here's First Alert 4 Chief Investigator Lauren Traeger with the new developments.
Darlene Green has her name on the door. She's St. Louis's comptroller and the watchdog over how your money is being spent. But even though we've been digging into credit card purchases by city officials for weeks now, we were told again today she was unavailable to talk to you, the taxpayer, on camera. And when we spoke with the mayor, she too didn't seem to want to talk about those credit cards either.
Mayor, if I may, the comptroller has indicated there were unauthorized expenditures on the city's credit cards. Are you aware of that? Is that a concern for you?
You can talk to the comptroller about that, yes.
Some of them are city department heads, though, Mayor. Some of them, excuse me, if I may, on this one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Though vocal on other topics today, Mayor Tashara Jones would not answer any questions regarding department heads' purchases on city credit cards. Mayor, some of those expenditures were city department heads, so we just wanted to see if you were aware of that, if you discussed anything with your department heads, or if you're going to be supporting any changes to the credit card policies. First Alert 4 Investigates has been asking, where are the receipts, after we discovered charges at various retailers, restaurants, even the Lego store and the Polar Express. In order to see all the receipts, the city is asking us to pay close to $1,700 for a records request, which is public information. But we have received some receipts, including a more than $6,000 bill for catering and $625 more for event space for a training and retreat held by the city's health director. While furniture appears to be an inappropriate purchase under city policies, the health director did purchase some furniture last year. The comptroller's office has told us that some of the expenditures on city cards were unauthorized and they are seeking reimbursement, though they have as of yet not clarified that. The health department says they have not been asked to pay anything back. But there was clearly some confusion about what the policies were regarding purchases until now, especially when it came to meals. Since First Alert 4 Investigates started making inquiries, changes have been made. St. Louis City department heads will now be expected to adhere to new policies regarding credit card purchases. An email sent on January 30th, well after First Alert 4 Investigates initial requests about this, says that starting in February, no purchases will be approved that do not conform to the revised credit card rules, further saying that once a new policy goes out, a 2-hour training will be requested of all cardholders. That email sent from a deputy comptroller. We've wanted to talk with the 3-person E&A board that makes financial decisions for the city, but we have not been able to do so. And all the while, good government advocates say it is all information you should be entitled to.
So how do you know what's being done with taxpayer resources? You look at the financial records. That's where the rubber meets the road in terms of how your taxpayer dollars are being spent.
We were told today that written responses are more important to the comptroller than an on-camera interview. But despite not getting those interviews that we've hoped for, we will continue digging into this and we'll bring you more as soon as we have it. For First Alert 4 Investigates, I'm Lauren Traeger.